Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. We are in conversation with the newsmaker of the day, Mr. Venkateswarlu Jasti, who is the chairman and managing director at Suven Pharmaceuticals. As you know, Advent International is planning to acquire 50.1% stake in Suven Pharmaceuticals from the promoters of the company, and thereafter there will be a open offer for an additional 26% at 495 rupees per share. And joining me is Mr. Venkateswarlu Jasti. He is the chairman and managing director. Mr. Jasti, thank you very much for joining us on BQ Prime. Let me come to you with the first question. What led to you, trying to exit Suven Pharma? What were the triggers that were in consideration before you, decided to give majority stake away to Advent Private Equity?
So actually, we were looking for a strategic partner to take whatever the platform we have built over the years to make it to be a substantial leap forward in it. But at the same time, that has not come into the picture. But this opportunity, not a pure PE player coming with a set of assets in the pharma field, not only in India but all the abroad, with all the tentacles into the pharmaceutical field, which they can bring more value and business to the things will come. But the only request they have is they would like to have a controlling stake. And when they have a controlling stake, they may the idea is not to go back and forth in discussions with the less stake first and later high, because they would like to have day one controlling stake, even if the open offer does not subscribe. They will still be the controlling stake. That's the reason we agreed, because we thought not only this will be value creation to the shareholders, but also for the remaining 10% for us, and also it will bring up the value chain for the customers also in our offerings, better offerings, global offerings, and also the reach to the customers, which Suven may not have had it until now. With their deep penetration into global healthcare synergy, this will be there. That's the reason why we have agreed.
What about the valuations? How did you arrive at the valuation for the stake sale?
I mean, as you know, naturally, we look for high, they look for low. We have to strike a balance. That's where it stands.
But do you think that it is you have valued Suven Pharma fairly and for the future growth, because you've been growing at a CAGR of 20% for the last 5 years, and if you go ahead and that future growth has been captured in the price band?
No, actually the price band, if you see, even if the historical things are concerned, we are 25% below the whatever we have been sold earlier. And when somebody comes in, they need to have something on the platter too, not only for them and also for the shareholders. I think it's not fully priced, no doubt. As a matter of fact, we want another 20% more, but you cannot get it because they will not pay the full price at the day one. And because they are also bringing to the table some of the complementary synergistic activities, and which will speed up the revenue generations and the EPS accretion and all that stuff will happen. So we see that over the time, yes, it will have a good value proposition. That's why we kept the other one. Otherwise, they could have taken 10 also. That's not our interest. Only because they ask for the controlling stake and they want to make sure that even if the open offer does not subscribe, it will have the controlling stake. That's why we acceded to their request.
I'm asking this because the pricing is more or less at current market price. We saw the stock correcting 2% and while you're giving away control, we didn't see a control premium coming in, because normally when private equities are taking and founders are and promoters are selling, they do seek control premium in the company, but that was not there in this. So that's the reason I've asked, how did you value it, and why haven't you asked for a control premium?
Why you think that we did not ask for it? But when this negotiation starts, the price is much lower, and today's price maybe has gone up to make it to the market price we are selling at. But if you see a couple of months ago, the price is so much lower. But the other way you look at it, 1 year ago, the price is much higher. I mean, so you have to go by the fundamentals and the long-term proposition and also the value for them also. They cannot pay the full price. And also, we cannot expect that. These are a give and take, something like that. But eventually, it should give us value creation over the years for the remaining stages for the field.
I understand that the intention of Advent is to subsequently merge the company with Cohance, which is a similar size company as yours. Um, how do you see that merger bringing in synergies in the entire scheme of things?
The merger, I mean, the Cohance will be merged with Suven, and it will be a listed company. And what happens is, see, when we are growing, and now we have the offering. Some of them, Steve, we don't offer all the things which Cohance can offer. That means when I go to my customer, I say, not only I have this, my platform company also has the offerings which we can support from there also. Similarly, those things that cannot be offered by the Cohance as of now in the field where we are in, they can also say to some of those customers who are the innovators themselves, they can say, hey, my collaborative company is also in this business. We can offer that. So it is a cross-selling to start with, and also giving the comfort to the customers, the speed with which you can deliver, the volumes, the capacities, and all that stuff, and including the doubling of the R&D personnel and all that stuff. Those are some of the things that will play into the future.
Mr. Jasti, while you're selling 50.1%, you will continue to hold around 9.9%. What is the status of the 9.9%? Are you free to sell it? Is there a lock-in for that 9.9% at your end? And what will be your role going forward on the board?
As of now, no changes are envisaged, but when they fully take it up into consideration, we will work out what we have to do. But the reason why they asked us to continue to be in this space is because we have built up this over a period of 30 years, and the deep relationships we have. They want us to continue. They want us at least for 2 years, if not more. That's the way they're looking at it. I mean, that will take a call when it comes to that level. But see, being the 51% stakeholder, naturally they may have some other things to bring in and speed up the activity and develop the revenues, develop the EBITDA or whatever it is. And we'll give, as far as Suven is concerned, our strategy will not change. Our customer concentration will not change. Our focus will not change. Our commitment will not be changed. All these things will be served. It's only the enhanced capabilities and capacities which we can offer to the customers. I think that's what I had told them, that if you don't do that, the whole purpose of this statement has no meaning. They agree fully. I think it will continue the way it is.
I'm sure you had more suitors for this bride, but you went with Advent. What tilted in favor of Advent? I think even Blackstone was in the fray for this.
I mean, there are so many people in the fray, not why only Blackstone, but what I'm saying is the speed with which they have to work. See, I cannot keep this pending for a year or two. If I want to do it, if I do it in 3 months, it should be over. That's what my intent is. Everybody has their own requirements, and here I thought whatever the strategic thing that also can come in, which can add and leapfrog into the next level, I thought that's one of the reasons.
So you're there in the company for next 2 years, but if I'm not wrong, as an advisor to the board, right?
Yes.
So you will be stepping down from the board as a director, but you will remain as advisor to the board till the entire transaction gets over, the open offer and the merger?
No, even after the transaction is over, before they start the merger, I will be there in the board. Only after that, I will change my role.
Okay, once the merger is initiated, then only you will.
Right.
So your board seat is there till the time your stakeholding doesn't go below 5%. Is that the way it is?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't put any the thresholds on the stakeholder. It is only the requirement that comes in because, see, if I'm running the whole business as is, that my thing is much easier, right? When it comes to something else, which then I need to give them the free hand to do whatever they want to do, but I can give the strategy and the advice and the customer interface, the business part, which I am in, which I'm good at it, and I can continue to build that. That's the way it is.
What about the current management and the team?
There is
Will
no
that continue?
change. There is no change expected, and they completely agreed that these kinds of people who have much deeper relationships with the customer should not be moved out. As a matter of fact, they have a very strict non-hire policy on that. So they want to retain the whole thing. There is no change whatsoever. The business runs as usual, as far as
When
this is.
when do you think this transaction is expected to get over the open offer and the
I
change
hope.
of shares
I
from your
mean,
end?
I hope it will be in 5 to 6 months.
If I'm not wrong, there is a clause in the agreement where they can buy in one or two tranche your stake, and the second tranche will be under 2%. When does that kick in?
Oh, as soon as what do you call the DOP approval comes in, I think will be taken, and as soon as the what do you call the merger announcement takes place, that will be given within 3 months from the first tranche.
Sir, 6,000 odd crores you're getting for 50 odd percent in the company. What do you plan to do with that? Are you going to start up a new venture or diversify into a different field? What is the plan at your end?
I'm not doing that all those stuff because I have enough of this, and we have continued to engage in this. And I have another company which is life sciences, which needs a lot of attention too when it comes to the marketing, and which is 2 years from now. When hopefully some success happens, then I'll be much more busier than what it is. So there is no change in my thought process. I will not be going into starting anything new. That's for sure.
And is there a non-compete clause between you and Advent that you will not foray into similar ventures soon?
Naturally, that kind of things will be there.
What is the term timeline for that?
I think it's now complete around 3 years.
3 years. So my understanding is that your family office will decide what will you do and where you invest going forward. Is it?
Exactly.
Any particular areas that you look interesting for you?
As of now, no. No. As of now, no. We're not thought of that. We only that may come into the picture maybe a year from now.
Okay. My final question to you, sir. How is the CDMO and API business looking like? You've been growing at more than 20 odd percent. One of the strategies I think is the China plus one model, which people are talking about. How successful will that model be? Because we still import a lot of stuff from China, and we are still dependent on China for our materials. Do you think the Indian companies are, can manage that with this China plus one model and the kind of demand that is getting generated?
In Suven Pharma, that's not relevant because we are into innovation only, innovation supply chain with NCs and all that stuff. But in general, for the other, maybe Cohans may have an additional opportunity to get into this kind of opportunity. And but the China plus one, as you know, it has its intricacies. You may start, and by the time you start, the guys come back and crash the price. Things can happen other way also. But there is in the value added section, like where we are in, people are now looking long-term strategic relationships. I mean, partnerships rather, on development and support. And that's where the Suven Pharma will benefit more rather than the generics. I have not much about the generics, but the innovation side, I think it will. Only recently I saw that. Before that, I was telling the China plus one may not work out. But last CPHI, all the customers who visited us, they were seriously looking towards India and to the existing place more so. So I think that bodes very well.
So the manufacturing capabilities which have been put in place by Cohans can, synergize with your clients going forward.
That's right.
Thank you very much, sir, for today joining us on BQ Prime, and wish you all the best for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.